In this video, we're going to show instructors that are part of the ENT program how to perform and complete evaluations. When you first log into your TRES account, just go to the Activities menu at the top of the page and click on View Activities to get started. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And on this particular page, which is called View Evaluations, this will show all pending, complete, and incomplete evaluations that are assigned to you. So if we look at the bottom here, we can see the evaluation status on many different types of activities. So the ones that are highlighted green say evaluate now, which means we need to do them. If we look closer to the bottom, we see a couple of incompletes, which means we started the work, but we did not complete the evaluation. And then at the very bottom, we see evaluation complete. So those are some previous activities that I completed. So let's start by trying to evaluate one activity. I'm going to start with the latest one here at the top of the page from June 3rd. And you can see the evaluation status column shows pending, which means I still need to do it. And it will also show the evaluated trainee. And in this particular case, this was an operation activity that the resident had entered. So let's click Evaluate Now. So the first top section here is highlighted in green. This is all the information that was entered by the resident. Now we cannot make any changes to that information, but we can look at it and complete the evaluation, which is the purpose of this. So you can see, because this was an operation-based activity, we see diagnoses, procedures, patient age group, urgency, as well as role and patient MRN. So the bottom section here, which is in a pale blue color under trainee evaluation, this is where we complete our evaluation. So in this example, we can see the name of the resident that was in here under evaluated trainee. And there are various competency-based scales that we can select. So in this example here, I have evaluated preparation. So how well prepared was that resident for the particular procedure that they performed? So on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being not very prepared and 5 being extremely prepared, we can select those options. Now you can see as I select different options on the scale, the text at the bottom changes. So it's important to read that and understand exactly what kind of score you're willing to give. In this case, I'll say that this student was exceptional and they were very prepared. So I'll give them a 5. And for evaluated theoretical ability, so again, 5 being the best option here, I'm going to say that they were extremely capable and they had excellent ability. And for evaluated technical ability, again, I'm going to give them a very good score of 5 here, saying they had very good technical skills. And also evaluated competence, finally we can rate their competency, and I'll say they were extremely competent and they were able to perform all aspects of the activity exceptionally well without supervision from a teacher. Now, once you're ready to complete the evaluation, you can check the Evaluation Complete checkbox, which I'll do right now. And it's important to note that once you select this option, the evaluation will be marked as completed and the resident will see that completed evaluation. So if you're not 100% certain that you want to complete that evaluation right away, or perhaps you may want to come back to it at a later point, it's important to not check evaluation complete, because otherwise they will see that. So once you're done with the evaluation, you can enter a private note here at the bottom. Now the private note is only for you. This is just a personal comment. It is not visible to anybody else but you. And once you're ready to complete the evaluation and you're satisfied with all the information that you entered, you can click the Save button. Now you can also trigger a notification by email. So you'll see at the bottom here where it says email evaluated trainee about this evaluation. So if we click on that, it will trigger basically just an email template, and you can send that email directly to that resident. So if you have any further questions or comments, you can always do that. That's always handy as well, just to notify them that there is a completed evaluation that they may wish to look at as well. So I'm just going to click save here. And once I do that, it will take me back to my view evaluations page. So you can see at the bottom of the page now, I have 3 completed evaluations. So that's just one example of an operation activity. So we can do another one here. So I can see, just scrolling down the list, looking at the activity type column, I can see that there was an academic evaluation that needs to be completed. So let's try and evaluate that. So on the academic one, we can see here in this example, the resident entered a conference for the type of academic encounter, and they put in a description and title of that particular conference. And you can also give that trainee a rating. So in this example here, we have evaluated preparation, we have evaluated theoretical ability, if it's applicable, and evaluated competence. And we can also check evaluation complete if we feel that the resident needs to be able to see that. I'll just click that option there as well and click save. So that's the academic evaluation. Let's just scroll through the list here and see what else we have. So I see there is a clinic evaluation that's waiting for me to be done. Let's try and look at that. So I'm going to click evaluate now. Again, a few other different options here for the clinic activity. We can see description here is a little bit different. So this was an inpatient, and we have the primary role selected and the number of patients that that particular resident saw for that encounter. So again, under trainee evaluation, we have a couple different options for scales. So evaluated preparation, again, we can select those options, and I'll just select a couple of different options this time. So this particular resident, I'll say they weren't too prepared, and their theoretical ability perhaps is not as good as I was expecting. And I can rate their competency level as well. And once I'm done, I'm just going to click evaluation complete. And this time I'll write something in the private notes. Okay, and again, I can trigger a notification to that resident if I have completed that evaluation. And all I have to do is just click the email evaluated trainee button right at the bottom of the page here. So I'm just going to save that. And there we go. So now we have numerous completed evaluations, and we can tell just by looking at the status here. And other than just by looking at the color-coded labels, again, it's important to look at the evaluation status column as well. That will show you whether the evaluation was complete or incomplete or is pending and still needs to be done. So that is how you complete evaluations. Hopefully you found that helpful.